Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Margaret and I outsource my knot tying. I'm delighted to be arguing the so-called negative case because the proposition is absurd. Now, it could be assumed that this debate is about age, that it's the battle of the spring chickens against the old boilers. But nothing could be further from the truth, for all of us know that age has nothing to do with maturity. Indeed, the American humorist Dave Barry says that what he looks forward to is continued immaturity followed by death. Tom Wilson says wisdom doesn't necessarily come with age, sometimes age just shows up by itself. Now, I think we've had enough of death by definition, especially in the light of the opposition's youthful enthusiasm in this regard. But do we really believe that immaturity, impetuousness and a complete lack of inhibition can outmanage anything? Now, maturity is defined as being perfect or complete, and savvy is about shrewdness and understanding. I can feel a calm descend upon you even as I speak at the very thought of a bevy of capable, shrewd women managers who are, well, perfect. Relax and sit back. We've seen it, we've done it, and we've managed the backside of it. Now, our opponents have argued that youth sets no limits on vision, that their lack of experience with failure makes them fearless in achieving what they want. They claim to have greater learning capability, to which I can only say, hello, we're all out there in the cyber world as well. Let's chat about it on my Facebook page sometime in Khmer. But the key word in the proposition before you today, ladies and gentlemen, is not about achievement. It is outmanage. To manage, we are reminded, is to exercise administrative, executive and supervisory direction of a business. So to outmanage, we must do all that and more. Now, we understand achievement. We get achievement at an early age. But even the most exuberant young achiever can pay a high price for their success, however defined in their chosen field. And I'm the living proof of this. At the age of 31, I was appointed to my first senior executive role. Youthful and exuberant? Absolutely. I was certain that my drive and energy would move mountains. I worked longer, later and harder than most, and in the process developed that most socially acceptable form of addiction, workaholism. Was I managing my work? Well, yes, I was, but I hid work the way an alcoholic might hide their drinking. I remember smuggling work out in a pile of newspapers after assuring my staff that I wasn't really intending to work that night. Sure, I had a great weekend, I'd say, but the full out tray on my desk told a different story. For me, the wake-up call came when I had my first career setback and didn't get a more senior job for which I'd applied. Sure, youth and exuberance gets a lot done, but the price can be great. For many women, the reality is that the attention paid to career, family and relationships leave little time to themselves. I see young women exhausted, wondering how they'll get the energy to make it through another day, because the only thing that is not getting attention in their lives is themselves. And of course, when you're in that state, you struggle to manage, let alone outmanage anything. To get to a place where this is no longer true often involves a turning point such as a relationship breakdown. Robert Collier reminds us that sooner or later a crisis comes in our affairs, and how we meet it determines our future happiness and success. Thinking differently about our lives creates a new approach to how we work and manage. There is the recognition that self-care is not an optional extra, but the foundation that renews our energy and creativity. Our team will demonstrate that maturity and savvy allow the rich rewards of finding the work that challenges and inspires you without it dominating all aspects of your life. And central to this is the recognition that play and fun and laughter must be a part of our work. It is the willingness to let go that which does not serve us anymore. For with maturity and savvy comes the knowledge that life is about balance and choice. It is the approach that allows me to be savvy enough to achieve in 45 hours what I once would have struggled to do in all my exuberance in 80. There's nothing wrong with the approach of the youthful and exuberant, but the singular drive and focus of the new career aspirant is not sustainable over the longer term. Maturity says it's okay to draw boundaries around yourself. To think that immaturity and unbridled enthusiasm can outmanage the mature and savvy is nonsense. To paraphrase a former Prime Minister, you can go off like a rocket but fall to the ground moments later, a blackened stick. The journey to being mature and savvy has moulded us in ways that make us happier and more sustainable in our working lives. And that makes us able to outmanage and outplay those who think that youthful energy and high spirits are enough to manage your career and your life. Thank you.